Would you rather fight 1,000 chickens every time you want to get into a car,
Hmm.
or once a year fight one orangutan, but you get a sword? With the
They're like
chickens, you get nothing, and you
yeah.
just gotta like go at them with your fists. There's like 1,000, or one orangutan. He's like mental, like hopped up on some crazy like monkey
Yeah.
drugs.
I'd say, what type of sword are we talking here? Are we talking like a katana, or
I'd say,
like a machete, or
um, let's give him a yeah. We'll give you a katana because
yeah?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Does the orangutan also have a katana?
Um, no, as I said, he just hopped up on monkey dust, so it's whatever. He's like crazy, like
Mm.
you open the door to your car and then like down the street, you just hear like mental monkey sounds, and then you're like, oh my god, it's that
Wait,
time of
what?
year again.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, no, that's terrifying.
And then like some woman gets hit, some man like thrown across a bridge by the monkey. You're like, oh god, he's on a rampage. I've got to do this quick. And then like sword just pops out in the air. Otherwise, it would be like you're getting into a car, and then all you hear is a swarm of chickens. Like the ground's like thumping, and then all you hear is and they're all coming down. You got bloody normal chickens. The chicken said the sky is falling. Um,
Yeah.
Owl's
Okay.
toy barn.
I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. Yeah. I'm gonna take
Go
the
on.
orangutan
Right.
because I feel like if I have a katana in one like fail swoop, I could take his head clean off. Whereas with 1,000 chickens, if I don't have a ooh yeah yeah no, I was gonna say because with 1,000 chickens, I could just get into my car and run them all over. But then I'll have to clean up my car. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the.
True.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna take monkey. Yet again, monkey wins.
Yeah,
Just like
I agree
just
with that. It's like an event, in it. Like every year, you could profit off of it as well. Be like, oh yeah, every year I fight this monkey.
yeah.
I got a katana. You put some money on it. I've never lost so far. 3 years running right now. We've done it for.
You just see like a monkey like stretching in the corner. He's
Yeah.
like the two damn cousins out. They're watching movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
Ooh.
another episode of Reinventing the Real.
Oh, that was so smooth, right in my ear.
Thank you. Thank you. With me, as always, Curtis Rogers. I'm Cameron McLaughlin. I'm going to take you down a nice, easy
Oh,
road today of
oh,
Reinventing the Real randomized. As you know, every
brick,
week
brick.
we brick by brick.
I didn't
I
think you'd
wasn't
like that.
expecting that.
No, I thought I slipped that under the radar.
Oh.
Sorry, I threw you off. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah,
It's
every week we
no.
repitch our favorite films. Oh,
Do it all smooth again. Do it all smooth again. It's 2
every
a.m.
week
on heart rate.
we we repitch our favorite films or films we've never seen before in hopes that we can make something that makes some sense. Yeah, as I said, this week's random. Going to be spinning the reel. First of all, I'd like to take a few minutes out of your time to talk about last week's episode. I think it went very well. Some good feedback we've had. Uh, yeah, Mona the Vampire it deserves to have its own show, and I don't know why it doesn't have its own show. To be fair, like its own teen remake, that sort of how we made it. Basically, we'll give them that one for free.
Cameron, I get exactly what you mean. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it takes the creative genius of a couple of studs like us, haha, to come up with these these great ideas, you know. Oh, while I'm on air, I'd like to posit a public apology to one Mr. Callum McPherson
Oh,
on our Reelys episode. I besmirched the good name of the film Cars.
all right.
That did not go down well. So I'd like to publicly apologize to him. Also say happy birthday to him for a few days from now. Well,
Happy
it
birthday.
will be gone. It will be gone by the time
Yeah.
this comes out. But you know what I mean. Anywho, so yeah, like Cameron said, I can't keep up my sexy voice. It's a podcast. We chuck a load of films into a random wheel, and we just kind of work with what we got. Last week was a little bit more of a planned one. Like you
Yeah.
said, I really enjoyed doing Mona the Vampire. Maybe that's one we come back to in another week, and like
Yeah.
build like upon
Build the
universe.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For RTRCU.
Oh,
Ooh.
it would be good,
Ooh.
like one day bringing them all together. We've got
Yeah.
like Dora, Mona, Scooby Doo. Well,
I
it's
feel like
bloody the gay guys from that
gay
romantic
guys.
comedy.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did
Yeah.
that one.
Um,
What?
what else?
Wait, one sec. Yeah, I'm gonna whip out all of our episodes because I feel like it's gotten to a point where we've done so many now. I'm kind of I start to forget which ones we've done.
Yeah, Black Swan.
Yeah, Black Swan.
That was its own like universe. Fozzie
that was-
Gump. That the whole.
Fuzzy Gump, yeah. Waka waka. Meet the Robinsons. I feel like we just never talk about again.
Oh, darkest days of the real.
We had our James Bond one.
Oh, that was great.
That was a good. We had Among Us.
Yeah. I could see the girl coming back from that.
We could bring back Jacob and his shirtless boys.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Yeah.
would not mind doing a spin-off film of just Jacob and his shirtless boys.
I think the kid should be a part of it as well. The
Oh, yeah.
Wendigo dude.
Yeah. Mystery Incorporated. Maybe we'll do a sequel to that. Who knows?
Who knows?
Fuzzy Gump was only episode 6. I thought that was more recent.
Yeah, time flies.
That's enough. I really want to touch on Inside Out again. Not like,
Yeah.
like that team. I want to touch on that team again. And then we did Knives Out Hereditary was us testing the waters, and Boy in the Striped Pajamas was was where it began.
Let's get into it anyway.
Let's get into it. Yeah. Do you have anything in particular that you're hoping it lands on, or?
Not particularly. No, not today. I haven't got any like ideas separate from it, so I'm just letting the reel take the reel. The wheel take the wheel. Wheel.
Let's let the real wheel take the real wheel. Let's let the real wheel take the real wheel. That's hard. That's hard. I'm gonna hit me with those words, Cameron.
Spin that reel.
Ooh. On my way. On my way.
Ice Age.
On my way. It's not Ice Age.
Oh.
On my way. I would like to. On my way. On my way. We got Matilda.
Oh damn. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Right? I can't. Oh, we could. Oh, yeah. What if we could turn it into like a Stephen King Carrie type film? And she's
Yeah.
oh, actually no, because that would just be Carrie. Okay. I feel like I'm getting better at doing that sound. It has to be a
Well,
kids movie.
nah, that's fine. It's fine.
I wanted to make it gory or bloody or something. I don't know.
Well, you never know. You've still got two spins left.
This is true. We got directors have to have cameo. So we'll whack ourselves in the story somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And the final reel. Let the real wheel take the real wheel. It has to be a buddy cop movie.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, calm down, Macklemore.
All right. Okay. Matilda.
Get it what it is, what
First
it
of
does,
all,
what it is, what it does.
I know the base story. She's a smart orphan, right?
Yeah,
And she gets adopted by like some people who aren't so nice.
but like Danny DeVito or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah. And she got this teacher who's like not very good. He
Not the
grabs her by
teacher
the
is.
pigtails or
No,
something.
no, no. She grabs a girl in her class by the pigtails. It's not
Yeah.
her though.
See,
And she
if you
like
can't
yeets
tell,
her at them.
I'm not too familiar with the story of Matilda. I know like the base,
Yeah,
but well, most Roald Dahl things are quite similar in shape and form. So,
this is true. To be
but
fair, that's just a movie that we're going off. I could not tell you what happens in the book, like in the
oh yeah,
slightest.
true, yeah, yeah. I used to
Um,
like Roald Dahl books a lot, but it's one
yeah.
I've never read.
I'll tell you. What's your favorite Roald Dahl book?
Um, hmm. I like George's Marvelous Medicine.
Oh, that's a good one.
The James Giant's Peach is a classic as
That is
well.
also a classic. Yeah.
Is it The Witches? Is that
Oh yeah.
Roald Dahl? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the film of that? The new one that came out recently.
Oh yeah. I watched it with my mum, right? And
Yeah.
she thought it looked animated
Mm.
because like how just stuff looked, and she's like, "Oh, how is like?" Because it looked really. It didn't. I don't know. I can't explain it because I just thought they looked normal with like crappy CGI. But
Yeah.
then again, I'm just like, I actively seek out those films sometimes.
This is yeah.
So maybe to her, it was just like crap CGI, and that was the first time seeing it. It was quite like horrific though. She was like, "Oh, how is this a kids' film?" Because the way they transform, sorry, and everything. Anyway, here's what we're doing: Matilda, buddy cop.
Matilda.
We're in it, and it's a kids' film.
Yeah.
Not much change in there. My main idea that I've got is that we are quite big characters, and we're like the buddy cop. Now, if it
That's what I
wasn't a
was gonna
kids'
say.
film,
Yeah.
I would say like it was a murder, and we'd come and try to figure it out. But we gotta make it some like a kid thing. So maybe we're like not main characters. We're like secondary
Okay.
characters who like show up a lot. And Matilda's all like, "Oh, it's Officer Rogers and Officer McLaughlin or something like that. Detective Rogers and Detective McLaughlin." Sounds
Nice.
pretty good.
You know what? We actually we could be a buddy cop duo. Like our names sound decent next to each other. Rogers, McLaughlin. God damn it! I
Get
needed
in
that
here.
report on my desk a week ago. Give me a badge and your gun. You're out of here. Alright, let's do it. Let's go. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I've got at the minute.
Okay.
I can't. I'm not really great with Matilda, so you're gonna have to
Um.
take the lead today, and I'll
Or
expand
you,
off of it.
okay. I'm gonna just Google Matilda as well, just see if there's a. Actually, no, no. I'm gonna go off the scraps of memory I have of the film.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, like we touched on, it's an orphan girl or something, and she gets adopted, and she reads lots of books, and then she can move shit with her mind as well. Um, and then she goes to school, and she has a really nice teacher called Miss Honey.
Oh yeah.
And Miss Honey was kind of bad, Loki. You know, I can't even lie.
Wasn't that teacher in another thing? Didn't teacher have the same name?
Miss Honey?
Yeah,
Probably,
I
yeah.
could be wrong. Yeah, it's just probably it. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Um, and then she's got like an evil principal, who's a Miss Trunchbull. She's like the dense lady who yeets that kid out the window by her pigtails. I feel like the fact we got kids movie is really holding us back.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah,
This it tests us. So
it do. Okay, so should we have Matilda as our main character then, or do you want to have?
yeah,
Yeah.
Matilda is the main, and then we come in like maybe we've got Matilda helping us solve the issues.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So it starts. Oh, yeah, I got it. So it starts. Lands in a puddle. She's like running. This is Matilda. She's like
Okay.
running away. You just hear the. You hear us like come screeching around the corner. In our like we've got like a probably like a Mustang or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're like, and she's just like running down the road, and then like these like lights come on her like from like a helicopter or something. She's like,
Oh yeah.
how'd I get here? That's a whole question for a whole. Well, actually, that doesn't make sense. How'd I get here? I find myself asking myself that same question. I used to be a regular kid, you know. That was before. Well, it'd probably be easier if I just showed you. And there's her as a baby. And she's like,
Gotta
no,
get
not
up,
that
gotta
far.
get up, gotta get up. Yeah, watch, baby. I don't know why that song came into my head when you went back.
So she's like, no, not that far back. And it cuts to her. And she's like, that was me. About 2-3 months ago, something like that. She's like, yeah, I was a regular schmuck like you like you. And you just say, Matilda! Matilda! Come make me some dinner! And she goes downstairs and she's like serving her her mum and her stepdad, who I still want it to be Danny DeVito because I love Danny DeVito.
Alright.
And her stepmom's played by Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
Just Steve Buscemi in a wig, like Matilda. That is not an attractive couple. So, so she's there like waiting on them hand and foot. And you just see on the TV, and you're like, you know, reports of the missing blah 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 blah. No, reports of missing children continue to increase in the area. You know,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. And she's like, turn it off, George. He's like, I'm trying to watch my programs. But it's just in the background, you know. So it's one of them ones that you're like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. But maybe that's the case that Rogers and McLaughlin are trying to figure out where are all these missing kids going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Matilda like finished serving, and then she's like, "Can I go back to my room?" And she's like, "Yeah." And the mom's like, "Yeah, cool, whatever." And Matilda goes back up, and you see that she's got like a not a chalk, but like a cork board with like all her notes on it, like just from
Ooh.
books that she's read. And then she closes her door behind her and locks it. And then she flips the cork board, and there's like a different side to it, and there's string, and you see like newspaper clippings of like the missing children and stuff like that. And then right in the middle, there's like a shadowy figure with a question mark in the middle, and all the threads of yarn are leading to it. And she's like, "Where the hell?" And she's like, "Where are you?" She wakes up. She's quite groggy, you know. She hasn't really slept well. She never really does. Matilda, wake up! You're gonna be late for school. First day of school. I'd always been excited for learning. I guess I didn't want some other schmuck teaching me things I didn't already. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm trying to do like a you know like an inner monologue, like
Yeah, I get you.
narration.
Yeah.
But she can't really focus on anything because, you know, she's like, I need to figure out what's going on with these kids.
Yeah.
she says like she's not also a kid. So she heads off to school. She sat in the car with her brother, and who's also played by Danny DeVito.
Right.
No, her brother's just played by some random guy.
Yeah.
So they're sat in the car, and you hear it on the radio again. You're like, more reports of blah 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 going on, and the car just like drives off, and you see it like go past a Mustang. No,
Yeah.
they're just driving. Sorry, and like the maybe like the mum and dad are arguing or whatever, and they're not looking at the road. And Matilda goes, "Watch out!" and they have to slam on the brakes, and it's and this car just goes speeding past, and they're like, "What the hell was that?" And then like 3 seconds later, you just hear, "Ew, ew, ew," and the Mustang goes speeding past.
Got down.
Smash cuts to the two of us sat inside the car.
Yeah.
And you're hanging out the window, like shooting at him. And I was like, I told you to reload your gun before. And you're like, I didn't think I'd need it.
I can picture us in, like looking like Ace Ventura or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is kind of Get Up.
Yeah, very much like the nice guys aesthetic, kind of.
Yeah.
Even though it's like the early 2000s or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Britain.
So I'm driving the car. You're like hanging out and shooting, and you're like, keep it still. How am I supposed to hit him if you keep driving like that? I was like, please, you wish you could drive like this. And then it cuts to me like doing like a sick handbrake turn around the corner and like blah 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 blah. And you're like, please, I'm better at driving than you. And I was like, what? Like, and I can't make that shot. And we look at each other and go, all right, and flip a coin.
Sweet.
Oh, for God's sake, come on then. And we like switch places. We're like clambering and shit.
No, I think, can I like slide across the top and it
Yeah.
slide into the window? You like jump over to the other seat. I like chuck the gun up in the air or something.
So while I'm driving the car, you want to climb onto the roof, slide across the top.
Yeah.
And then you want us to sync our movements. So like you jump in the window. Oh, hey, alright, yeah, let's do that. So like you swing in like that. Yeah. I lean out the window, pop the tire, it starts swerving a little bit. You hit him with a little pit maneuver, and the car goes, it spirals out of control. And we get out, and you're like, see, I told you I could drive. I was like, yeah, whatever, fine, let's just go get him. And we get to the car, and we open, and we're like, you've got some explaining to do, you son of a... There's no one in the car. That's like the sting that plays. And we just stood there, and we're like, well, now what? And you hear the radio go off, and they're like, hey, guys, you're going to want to get back here. Chief wants to talk to you guys. And we just go,
God damn it.
And they're like, £20,000! £20,000! For what? And we're like, but Chief, no. We've been following this case for months, and well, it was all right. Where's your evidence? Where's your hostage? Not hostage. Where's your what's the word I'm looking for here? Help me out.
Witness? No.
Criminal.
Oh damn.
Something like that.
Yeah. There's a better word for it.
Culprit.
That's it.
That works.
I think that's closest.
Suspect. Where's the suspect? That's
There
the word
we
I was
go.
looking for. There we go. We cop talk good. It's like, where's your suspect? And I'm picturing like an old like black dude with like a mustache.
Mm.
He's like he takes heart medication or whatever. He's like, yeah. Where's your suspect? And we're like, oh, see, that's actually really funny too, because we had him, and then we didn't. And he's like, well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He's like, and then you're like, oh, see, what happened is, so I had to climb on top of the roof, and he's like, no, stop it, I've heard enough, stop it. he's like, you know what? I'm sick of you two. I'm putting you on babysitting duty. So we've just got to like do patrols and shit instead.
Oh. Yeah, maybe they're like, oh, you've got to go to the school or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to sit outside the school. You can take Jefferson and uh,
And happily.
Amley's. Yeah. And they're like, oh boy, we're finally getting moved up. Oh, damn, yeah. Like, ah, I mean, how do we lose that to them? Ugh.
Yeah. So, so then maybe, then what happens?
Taking it from me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so then, the chief's just like, yeah, you have to go to uh Prumlington School.
Wait.
I
What school?
needed a name. Prumlington. I don't know. I couldn't think of a name. Yeah. Oh yeah. Whatever. We'll go with it.
Yeah,
And then we just look and go Prumlington School, and then it just smash cuts to the school. Bell rings or whatever.
yeah.
Like
Like it's
Matilda
Scott
sits
Pilgrim, I guess.
down. Yeah. She's like, oh, another day in Miss Honey's class. Only thing bearable about this place. And so Miss Honey walks in. Oh, good morning, children. How was your weekend? Oh, mine was great. I went on, did this thing, beekeeping. Ooh,
Yeah,
did I trust you all read your books? And like the class just groans, and Matilda's just like, yeah, finished it. Back to front. And
yeah.
everyone's like, oh, bloody Matilda. So then, I don't know. She gives a report or something, and then some kids like doing spitballs at her while she's doing the report, and like the teacher's like not paying attention. She's looking out the window. It kind of reminds me of the teacher from Recess.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah. And everyone's just laughing at Matilda, and then she's like, "Oh, I can't take it anymore." She just lunges at the guy, just jumps over, and
Oh
then
damn. Okay.
they're like, "Ah, what's going on? Stop it! Oh, Matilda, principal's
Yeah.
office now." She's like,
Oh,
oh no,
oh,
not
oh.
not Miss. Yeah.
Maybe she like breaks his nose, so she swings a punch, and
Uh
it
huh.
breaks his nose, but it
Jesus.
doesn't land. So like she doesn't make actual contact with him. So like she goes to punch
Oh
him,
yeah.
but it still breaks his nose. But she doesn't touch him, and she's like, "What the hell just
Oh
happened?"
yeah.
And
Ah.
these
Okay.
are her mystical powers.
Mm.
Also, one more thing: can we make her ginger
Okay. Sure.
for the sake of something I'm setting up later, please?
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Ginger Matilda.
Yeah.
She goes to Miss Trunchbull's office, played by Danny DeVito. No. And she's just this like large woman, I guess,
Yeah.
like very threatening, 6'2", and she's like, Matilda, in my office again.
You didn't hand
What am
in
I
your
gonna
paperwork.
do? What am I gonna do with you then? And then it's like, oh, but he started. He was I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You come in here every single week.
Into my. Oh, Jesus Christ.
One more time, and I'm gonna have to make you disappear. Disappear.
Ooh.
What is that?
Like,
Is
like
she,
and you see Matilda like start thinking, and like you hear
Yeah.
the principal like fade out. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe she knows something of the thing. Also, what was
Yeah.
that all about with my thing? You know?
Yeah. So she's fade out, talking like thinking about all her stuff, and then Trump's just like, "Hey, you even listening to me? God damn it! I have to deal with like other people now. Listen, just tension after school. You'll be in my office again till 4:30 now, whole hour." They're like, "Oh, god damn it!" It's like, don't cut. If you do anything out of the ordinary again,
You're fired.
then that's it. You're gone. So she walks out, like, she's like, goes out for break, maybe. She's still thinking a lot about, like, her power and stuff, and where that will come from. And that boy comes up to her again. He's all like, "Oi, how have you done that to me? Like, what are you playing at? You can't be messing with me." And then his boys behind him like, "Yeah, don't mess with him. Oh yeah, I love him." And then um she's just like, "I didn't even hit you. he's like, yeah, well, my nose says different.
Yeah.
And so they're all like shouting at her, and it's getting too much for her. Her head just like closing in on herself. She just goes, stop! And then, boom, massive like hit of power
Oh
just
yeah.
goes out. We just like,
We're like, whoa,
at
what
that
the
point,
hell was
we've
that?
just like rolled up at the school, and then the whole class shakes, and then I don't know, witty back and forth, like in a kids movie, like, oh, did you just fart? What do you mean? And so uh everyone's like on the ground in the playground apart from
Yeah.
Matilda, and they all just look at her, and Miss Trunchbull just gets her head out the window like, Matilda, and she just like runs off.
Yeah.
I don't know where she goes,
She's
but
just booking it.
yeah, so I don't really know where to take it from here.
Okay. So, hmm. Hmm. Okay, yeah. So she runs off, and that boy like kind of sits up, and he's like, "What the hell was that?"
hmm,
And then maybe like it cuts. So then, yeah. So she's hiding somewhere or whatever, and the boy shows up, and he's like, "Hey, whoa, 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 whoa," because like Matilda like goes to like hit him. She's like, "Stay away from me! What you?" And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, stop, 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 stop!" He's like, "I know you're probably confused." He's like, "I think we need to talk." And he like
oh,
starts levitating a coin,
oh,
and she's like,
oh,
"There's another one like that." So basically, it turns out that in every family, if it's a family of pure bloods who have blue eyes or whatever, I don't know, it's some mumbo jumbo like that. In every
hmm,
family of blue-eyed ginger head, no, that's creepy. Of blue-eyed people, the second born in every blue-eyed family, um, is has the ability to
it's
have
power.
these powers. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
uh, yeah. It doesn't mean that they will, but
There's a
it's
chance,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. What I'm thinking is maybe whoever the villain is, wants to suck this power out of these kids. Wants to take the power out of these kids. I had to pause. It has to take the power out of these kids, which is why the children have been going missing.
Right, yeah.
So she's been taking kids, or he or they, whatever, have been taking kids. So then, what I'm thinking is the two of us are on the trail of like this Matilda character, and we're like, what was that? Why is she driven off? What was that
Hmm.
explosion? So we're like keeping our distance, but we're part of the We're doing our own investigation, but our investigation and their
Yeah.
investigation are the same. You know them ones.
Hmm.
Um, so what I'm thinking is the boy. There's like training montage and whatnot, and the boy teaches her how to use her powers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then like we're seeing that the kids are still going missing here and there, and they're like, we need to find out where they are. Matilda's like, I've been working on this case for ages, blah 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 blah. And then the kid, let's call him Alex. The
Yeah.
kid who's been training her, he goes missing.
Oh.
He's the next one. He just goes missing.
Oh, it's getting closer
So
to home.
yeah, so it cuts to us, and we're like eating burgers in the car or whatever, and like you've got the binoculars, and you're like, yeah, you're like, she hasn't moved for like a solid hour. It's kind of creepy, like because you look through the binoculars and you can just see like her head, like the back of her head, like sat at her desk doing her work or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, she hasn't got many friends. What else is she gonna do? She's just sat there doing her work, whatever. Let her live.
Mhm.
And then we just hear her at the window. We roll it down because it's tinted, of course. So we roll
Yeah.
it down. We're like, yeah, how can we help you? And it's Matilda, and she's like,
Oh, damn.
I need your help. And we're like, with what? What are you talking about? I'm just eating a burger, and he's just there. And you turn around with your binoculars, and you're like, I'm bird watching. And she's like, hey, cut it. All right, McLaughlin Rogers, I know you've been following me. I know you've been tailing
Oh,
me. And we're like, huh? What?
how do we
Nah,
know?
nah, not even. Nah. And then it cuts to like a little flashback. She's like, yeah, I caught you guys tailing me like weeks ago. Like, you know, like when the power first, when she had her first power surge thing.
Hmm.
And you see in the background her turning around. And there's just us like creeping around the corner thinking that we're like stealthy, but we're not.
Yeah.
Um, so we're like, fine, whatever. What do you need our help with? And she's like, you know, that they've been taking these kids and blah 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 blah. I think I know where they're being taken.
Okay.
So the three of us, we go to this facility or whatever. It's underneath the school because, of course, it is. And you see all the kids are there, and also Miss Honey. She's also been tied up.
Oh, damn.
Because she maybe she found out about what's going on. I feel like there's a lot of people finding out what's going on, but maybe she found out what was going on as well.
Yeah.
So she's there, and we're like, oh shit, that's not ideal. And then Miss Trunchbull comes out. And she's like, Matilda. She's like, you never could keep your nose out of things, down, out of it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah. You can never mind your own area. You can never mind your own business and keep your nose to yourself.
Mm.
She's like, yeah, you know, it's kind of difficult when you take my friends.
Oh.
She's like, ooh, does Matilda think she's big and bad now? Does Matilda think she can take me? Do you know how long I've been searching for you? I've been trying to collect all of these kids and excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, what's going on here? It's one of the two of us, and we're just very confused.
Yeah.
We're like, why are you? Why is she monologuing? Yeah, why are they always monologue? Like, what's the need? Like, you've got just take the power and then fight us or whatever. Like, why are you wasting your time like that?
Trailer
like,
moment.
She's like, who do you think you are? How dare you speak to me like this? Blah 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 blah. What do you think you're doing? Yeah, okay, it's just one of us. Yeah, it's just me. And I'm talking.
Me.
And she's like, what do you think you're doing? Why are you blah, 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 like that? And I'm like, oh, me? Oh, nah. I'm just for distraction.
Yeah.
And she turns around. She's like, what? And you just like come swinging down from the rafters with a gun. And you're like,
opening fire and everything. Jesus.
You hit a few kids and you go full Sandy Hooks and just...
Bloody hell.
No, never mind. Ooh, that's not funny. Take it out. Cut it.
Oh.
But no, you do. You come swinging in and you kick her, and then like, we're like rolling, and there's guns firing and shit. And she fires a bullet that almost hits me, and Matilda's like with her psychic mind powers
Stops
and
it.
whatnot. And then they manage to break out Miss Honey, and she goes to attack Miss Trunchbull again. And Miss Trunchbull just like that, and she goes flying across the room because she's absorbed some of the power, but not all of it. Because it turns out Miss Trunchbull was one of those kids growing up who had the ability to have the power, but she didn't have a pure heart, so she could never fully have it. So she was like, "There's only one way to actually get power. I have to take others' power." So that's why she went into education, you know, to suck the soul out of children, because. Isn't that what education's all about? So all that's going on. Then I'm thinking, like, Miss Trunchbull, like, picks up a gun and she goes to shoot you.
God damn.
And I jump in front of the bullet and I'm like...
Oh.
And you're like, oh, you son of a bitch! Ah! Wait, can you say son? You can get away with one son of a bitch in a kids movie, right?
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
not like
It might push
maybe
it
it's
to a
PG.
12. Yeah.
It's a PG. You willy bum.
You biscuit tin.
There we go, yeah. So the American audiences know that we're British. You biscuit tin. And everything's all popping off and everything, and they're like, pew, pew, pew. I don't really know where I'm going with this, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh well, I'll read it in. So
Yeah.
then,
Oh, I like that joke.
so then, uh, Matilda's like done almost like getting all these kids out, and she's like, right, last ditch effort. This is it. We need to take her down. Everyone, we need to all use our powers conjunctively, and we can finally like screw her in.
Yeah.
Keep her here, and then give everyone else their powers back who'd lost them or whatever. So that right, and then maybe she's got like a walkie-talkie, and she goes, "Hey, Rogers," and you're like on the floor, like, "Oh, what is it, Matilda? What?" And she's like, "I've got all the kids, but I've got an idea." You're just like, all right, fine." You go, "Oh, Cameron." I'm like, "What is it, you crazy biscuit? What?" Just hang in there, man. And you're just like, Matilda. She's got an idea. Try push her back a bit. So then I'm just like full sending this woman, you know, hey, like Miss Honey's in the corner, and I'm like, "Hey, Honey!" Chuck the gun at
Yeah.
her, and then Miss Trunchbull's watching it or something. And then she goes bang, shoots her, pushes her back. I kick her down. She falls down into some like bottom of the warehouse or whatever, and all the kids just like walk out around her, and it looks really creepy. It's like they're all in a
Yeah.
circle.
And Miss Trunch was just like, no, no.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh no, I don't know what they'd say, but
Yeah.
shooting
But
all the
like,
power out.
yeah, like you look down at them.
We don't need no education."
Education.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Did you remember singing that at Theatre Space?
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard that song. Teachers,
No way.
leave that job alone or whatever. Um, and then you get to do the stinger, and you look down and you're like, you wanted your power. There you go.
But I think it would be Matilda.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
Yeah. But so yeah, like everyone's celebrating and stuff, and like I'm over to you like, "No, why has she done this?" And you're just like, "Oh,
Yeah,
Cameron, come closer." And I'm like, "What is it, man?" So like, do one thing for me. I'm like, "Anything." Like,
yeah,
get Miss Honey's number for me. And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah.
god damn it, you're
And you're
gonna be
like,
fine. Don't worry." Uh,
and then Matilda comes
so
over. She's like, "All right, Rogers, all right, stop playing with him." And I'm like, "Okay." And it turns out I've got a vest on.
I'm like, you.
So maybe the whole movie there's like a back and forth thing of me being
Yeah.
like, I don't need a vest. They're stupid. They're bulky. They make you look. They don't make.
Yeah.
They ruin. Like I can't slide across the bonnet of the car as cool or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I don't. So yeah, all these kids are like free now. This Trunchbull's been stopped. Like the news is gone, and
Yeah.
we're like, "Oh, hey Matilda, come over here for a second." Like she's maybe talking to Alex, was his name or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah. Like, how would you like to be a part of something bigger?"
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "What do you mean?" Here, step into the real. It just ends. But then
Nice.
there's like
post-credit
a
scene.
after credit scene,
Yeah.
and Miss Trunchbull's just like that. You just hear like a voice like, "Oh, they're over there. She's over there." Well, what the hell? And she like opens her eye, or you just hear talking to some
Yeah.
eagle-eyed viewers who have seen a McLaughlin and Rogers film before. They'll be like, "That sounds like a character who's been in something else." And she opens her eyes and like, "Don't worry, we'll patch this one up. We'll fix her real good." And then it's the villains from the Dora episode who were like doing the animal thing or whatever. Da, da, da.
You son of a bitch.
It's all connected. Don't worry.
And it just like closes. It goes black screen. And it's
Yeah.
like, Ginger and Honey will return. That's why I wanted to make Matilda Ginger. So then
Okay.
they're like a duo called Ginger and Honey.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, so I like way that we're aware of this universe or whatever.
Yeah. Univoice.
So in this universe, there's like we're cops, but we're also like on the
Trying to pitch
mic.
movies.
Yeah, we're trying to pitch movies, and we're also like on the mic and the camera. You know,
Yeah.
like in the Scooby Doo
Oh yeah, it's the Scooby
episode.
Doo one.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a
We
hard one, I think, because we haven't got great knowledge on the source
of material.
material.
This is true. I got a bit worried that it was gonna sound a bit samey as like Mona last week. At one point, I was like, "Oh, it's a female protagonist, and she's got
Yeah.
powers, and she's got to fight an evil teacher."
Oh, hey, that's definitely sets up a good like girls get it done moment. You know, we've got some strong female characters in the real.
We only
We
have
got
strong female characters. I don't think we've got strong male characters. Who do we have? James Corden, fucking Fozzie Gump. What strong male characters do? No, for real. What strong male characters do we have in our episodes?
Oh my god, that's a good point.
James Corden. We've got that gay couple that were going through turmoil.
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
Double
Are
O
we
Seven,
better?
maybe?
Are we better at writing strong female characters?
I guess so. The Twilight Boys, maybe.
That's a push. That's a push. I've never given it any thought. But
To be
all our
fair, yeah,
male
even like Inside Out, like it's still the girl's the main character as well. Like
Yeah.
she comes in and takes the thing. Damn, I think
Dora the
it's a
Explorer.
lot easier as well.
Yeah. Fozzie Gump. Mystery Incorporated. Actually, Mystery Incorporated was a good one. Like I feel like,
Yeah.
but it was driven by drama.
Yeah, and it's not just like one person as well. It's a whole team.
Yeah. Uh, Meet the Robot. No, we don't talk. Again, Among Us was another one that
That
was
was
female.
all female.
Yeah.
Literally,
Uh,
there was like maybe one guy in it.
Nanny McPhee again, all female. I mean, there was the little brother, but
Yeah,
what did he
the
do?
baby. Oh, maybe that was a little girl though. Who knows?
Mona.
Zap man, he was a pretty strong character.
That is
He
true.
went his own way. Swim team, polo team, water polo, whatever it was.
No, the swim team would actually be semi cool. It was polo. You know what, though? It's still my favorite time of the week. Just yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Um, all in all, though, yeah. Next week we've got something. Oh, we're doing another random one next week, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, but then maybe we've got something planned in a few
On the
weeks. Who knows?
horizon. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Thank you again, everyone, for listening. I feel like I enjoy looking at like the stats and the numbers and being like, oh, people actually do listen. It's not just the two of us speaking into the ether.
Yeah.
You know. Hi, mum. Love you. Shout out. All that.
Hi, Linda.
Yeah, but yeah. Let's sign out then. Let's let the real take the real real. I'll be Curtis.
And I've been Cameron. See you next week, man.
I'll see you next week. Fuck. I really lost it at the end there.